Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that is so important for your online presence: how to choose a great domain name. You know, it's kind of like staking your claim in the digital world, planting your flag on your very own piece of internet real estate. It's your address, it's your brand, it's your first impression, all wrapped up in one.
And let's be real, we have all been there. You come up with the absolute perfect name, you rush to register it, and wham, it's already taken. It is one of the most common and frustrating parts of starting anything new online. So what do? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. Because, getting this right really matters. A great domain name makes it super easy for people to find you, which creates a better experience for them, and that leads to more business, more clients, more followers, whatever your goal is. Okay, let's get into it. To kick things off, we're going to lay down 5 golden rules. Think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. These are the foundations that are going to guide every single decision you make from here on out.
First up, keep it short. A shorter name is just easier for people's brains to handle, and it means fewer chances for typos. And just think about your email address for a second. Writing out hello at mysuperlongandcreativedesignstudio.com on a form, that's a nightmare for everyone. Shorter is almost always better.
Rule number 2 is all about making things simple. You do not want to be that person who's constantly saying, no, it's Kreativ with a K and the number 8. If you have to spell out your domain for someone, you're already making it harder for them to find you. And that flows right into our third rule: make it easy to say. A domain that just rolls off the tongue is one that people are going to share with their friends. Word of mouth is still a huge deal. If people can't pronounce it, they're probably not going to talk about it.
Okay, so if it's short, easy to spell, and easy to say, well, it's probably also going to be easy to remember. And that is rule number 4. You want a name that sticks in someone's head so they can find you again later without having to go searching through their browser history.
And finally, rule number 5. Make it yours. Whether you go with your personal name or a unique brand you came up with, it has to be something you can really stand behind, something that feels authentic. You gotta own it. All right, so we've got the golden rules down. But how do you come up with a name? Let's break down 4 different strategies you can use to find the perfect one for you.
First, you've got the brand name approach. This is awesome if you want to look really professional, like you're a bigger company. And of course, if you already have a business name, this is a total no-brainer. The downside, it might not help you a ton with Google searches. And if you're a freelancer, a big brand name can sometimes feel a little less personal to a potential client.
Next up is using your personal name, and honestly, you should probably own your name.com anyway, just in case. It's perfect for resumes and freelance work. If you have a pretty unique name, chances are it's available. But if your name is something common like John Smith, well, that .com is long gone. It can also make a growing business feel like a one-person show.
Strategy 3 is what I call the keyword name, something like LosAngelesLogoDesign.com. This can be amazing for local search results. I mean, if someone Googles logo design in Los Angeles, boom, you're right there. The only catch is that it can sometimes feel a bit car salesman-ish, and some people might think it seems a little cheap. And that brings us to my personal favorite strategy, using a new extension. We're talking about domains that end in things like .design, .art, or .agency. This is kind of the best of both worlds. You get your brand name plus a keyword. The only real hurdle is that, some people's brains are still hardwired to type .com.
Okay, so you have the rules, you have the strategies, but you still hit that wall. Your perfect .com is taken. What do? Don't panic. Here's exactly how to handle those common roadblocks.
First things first, check if a direct competitor is using that name. If they are, you should probably just go back to the drawing board to avoid any confusion. If the domain is taken but nobody's using it, see if it's for sale. You might be able to get a pretty good deal. If not, this is the perfect time to explore those new extensions we just talked about. As a last resort, you could always add a simple verb to the front, like getyourbrand.com.
Now, for a quick public service announcement. Whatever you decide, please avoid these deal breakers. Dashes and numbers are a definite no. They're just hard to say and hard to remember. And oh my gosh, please watch out for accidental spellings. There was a real company called IT Scrap whose domain spelled out itscrap.com. You just can't make this stuff up. Not a great look.
Okay, you are so close. You followed the rules, you picked a strategy, you've avoided all the deal breakers, and you have a name you love. Before you click that buy button, you've got to run it through 2 last super simple tests.
First is the email test.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Come up with an email for your new domain and literally write it down 4 times. Does it feel ridiculously long? Is it super easy to misspell? This simple little exercise will tell you right away if your domain is just too clunky for everyday use.
Second, we have the verbal test. This one's kind of fun. Say your domain name out loud to 10 different people, friends, family, coworkers, and just watch them type it into a browser. Do they get it right on the first try? Or do they hesitate and ask questions? This tells you everything you need to know about how clear your name really is.
And that's pretty much it. If you've gone through this whole process, you've followed the rules, you chose a solid strategy, and your name passed those final 2 tests, then you can be super confident in your choice. It's time to go register that domain and start building your thing.
Because at the end of the day, your domain isn't just an address. It's the title of your story. It's the very first word in the conversation you're having with the world. So, the real question is, what story will yours tell?